Here's the argument for God that I don't think anybody can disprove. I'm defining God as the creator of the universe. I'm not defining God within any particular religious context. This argument is called the cosmological argument or the first cause argument. And it's really simple. One of our basic laws of reality that we have is that every cause has an effect and vice versa. Every cause has an effect and every effect has a cause. If you trace that back, you arrive at the beginning of the universe having a cause, and that has a cause, and that has a cause, and that has a cause. So you essentially are claiming the universe to be an infinity, but our laws of reality don't allow for an infinity. The law of cause and effect and our current understanding of physics that you can't have an absolute infinity don't go together. And it leaves you at a point where you have to suggest that the laws of cause and effect had a beginning. And in other words, the first effect did not have a cause. I think those two laws of physics, that you can't have an infinity as well as that every effect had a cause, they directly contradict each other. I think our own laws of reality define God in that contradiction. The two most common rebuttals against this are A, that the universe is eternal, but that doesn't align with our laws of reality. You can't have an infinity. And so to that person who claims the universe is eternal, I would say in that case that the universe is my definition of God. If you're going to say that the laws of causality do not apply to the universe itself, but only to that which is inside the universe, I think at that point you're claiming that the universe is God. And I think you arrive at the exact same conclusion that I am, but you're just thinking that the universe is God as opposed to the universe was created by God. Secondly, people will say that if you're going to be really strict with the laws of causality, then you have to ask, what caused God? I don't think it's a compelling point to make whatsoever, because my whole definition of God is just a creator of the universe that doesn't conform to the laws of reality. It's a moot point to say that, well, what caused God? No, the whole point of this argument is to say that God is causeless. I don't feel like you can argue against this. I took an astronomy class in university, and my professor, one day after class, I asked my professor, would you say that God is the most logical explanation for the beginning of the universe? If you're defining God in the way that I'm defining it. And he said that you'd have to say yes. And that's coming from a university professor who teaches astronomy, who believes in the Big Bang. So, yeah, I don't think you can argue against that. I want to discuss some other arguments for the existence of God in other videos. I feel like there are some other pretty interesting ones, but I think this is the one which really forms my conviction that God has to exist. And I'm not religious, as I said, but I don't feel that I just feel like you can't possibly believe anything other than this. It just is illogical to suggest anything other than this, in my opinion, as the creator of the universe, you know? This one's more along the lines of actual philosophy as opposed to giving advice, but I just find this stuff really interesting. I'm in the process of getting my degree for both psychology and philosophy. I'm going to try and get a double major and have a degree in both. You know, that kind of inspires a lot of the stuff that I discuss on this. So anyway, yeah, I'll see you in the next one.